this third problem, the data that has been given is that of relative humidity in percentage of a certain city in the month of 30 days. So there are 30 days in a month, and for each day this data has been recorded, that what is the relative humidity. So 98.1, probably this was on first day, 98.6 on second day, 99.2 on third day, so on till the last 30th day. You have to construct a group frequency distribution table with classes 84 to 86, 86 to 88, etc. So that difference has to be kept same. That is the class size which they have taken. Here the class size is 2. So 2 you have to take. So 88 to 90, after this would be, then 90 to 92 and so on. So they have already specified the class size here. If in any question the class size is not specified, then it is up to you. You can take whatever class size you want. So this is the way the data will be arranged. So between 84 to 86, from the data it was found that there is only one day that relative humidity was between 84 to 86. So that you have to check from the given data. The only thing to remember is that if you have a data which is exactly 86, then it will go in the second interval, that is 86 to 88. So rest based on the data that is given to you, you will tabulate it in these tally marks. Put tally marks according to the data. So between 86 to 88 also there is only one day humidity was there between 86 to 88. Then between 88 to 90, 2 days were there, and so on. So the maximum days of the month you had relative humidity between 92 to 94, 94 to 96 and 96 to 98. These are the maximum, these are the days when you could find maximum humidity. Which is the season do you think when this data was recorded? So since we observed that the humidity is very high, so it must be the rainy season. And another specific question that is asked is what is the range of the data? So range of the data will be maximum value minus the minimum value, that is the range. So here the maximum value was 99.2 and the minimum value was recorded as 84.9. So this is maximum and this is minimum. So subtract and this will be the range of the data. So here these are the heights of 50 students. Now heights are starting from which you have to find out first what is the range of this data. That is, what is the minimum height and what is the maximum height. So when you know the minimum height and the maximum height, then you can decide from where should you begin your class intervals from. Check what is the highest one also here, and accordingly you will divide it into class intervals. So you can have from 150 to 155, 155 to 160, 160 to 165 and then continue till your maximum value is reached. So this is the way the data will be tabulated starting from 150 to 155. So there are 12 students who are having heights between 150 to 155 centimeters. Then there are 9 students who have heights between 155 to 160 centimeters. There are 14 who have heights between 160 to 165, 10 between 165 to 170, and only 5 students who are in this range of 170 to 175 centimeters. So it can be concluded from the given data that there are 35 students who are shorter than 165 centimeters. So shorter than 165 means these 3 categories will be included in that. That is up to 165. So there are more than 50% of the students who are shorter than 165 centimeters. This can be concluded from the data. Next is question number 5. A study was conducted to find out the concentration of sulfur dioxide in the air in parts per million of a certain city, and the data was obtained for 30 days. So again, there will be 30 values over here recorded for each day. So day 1, the concentration of sulfur dioxide was recorded as 0.03 parts per million, and so on. This was recorded on the last day. Make a group frequency distribution table for this data with these class intervals, that is 0.00 to 0.04, 0.04 to 0.08, and so on. So the class size, as you can see here, is 0.04. For how many days was the concentration of sulfur dioxide more than 0.11 parts per million? So this is what you have to find after you tabulate the data. So the group frequency distribution table is obtained as follows. The first interval was 0.00 to 0.04, and from the data you will see that there are 4 days on which the concentration of sulfur dioxide was between 0.00 to 0.04 parts per million. There were 9 days when the concentration was between 0.04 to 0.08, and so on. So this data has been recorded for 30 days. So next part of the question is, for how many days was the concentration of sulfur dioxide more than 0.11 parts per million? So you have to check from this data when all you are having more than 0.11. So this is all less than 0.11. So we will just encircle those which are more than 0.11. So 0.17, 0.16, then you have 0.18, then you have 0.20, then you have, this will not be included because you are looking for more than 0.11 and this is equal to 0.11. So this is 0.12, 0.13, 0.22, 0.18. That's it. So you will count these. How many days was it more than 0.11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So answer is 8 days.